Hello and welcome back to the bar. So here we are in this series where I'm specifically looking at the commercial implications of both poor delivery and also the commercial implications of good delivery. And I want to bring that a little bit to life. We've looked over the last 2 or 3 episodes at how that relates to companies that are delivering services to customers and the impact that good delivery can have on repeat orders, renewals, and uplift in revenues in the short term. And it's incredible. You know, it can be as much as 15 to 20% revenue uplift just by doing delivery well or creating that perception of delivering well and effectively, because it builds trust and confidence. So in this bar chart, I want to look more at the internal projects. So when you're running internal projects within a business, the commercial implications of running projects well or poorly. And what I want to look at specifically, because it relates to the commercials, is benefit management, benefit realization, and benefit release. And actually, that is the point. There are two different elements, in my opinion, to managing benefits, and they're very different. And it's a complex area. I see our customers are struggling with benefit tracking massively. Why? Benefit realization is quite tricky, and the reason it's tricky is because it tends to happen after the project has closed, or certainly a lot of the benefit that's been promised might happen after the project is closed. The second thing is, so it becomes more difficult to track. The second thing is that it tends to be when one of your key performance indicators in the business, like churn, customer churn, or revenue growth, is going to be stimulated as a result of something you're delivering, a product or a piece of software within the business. So you go out and you buy Salesforce.com or a CRM platform. The business case is written that if you do all of these things and you use this product really well, then we're going to get an uplift in revenue. We're going to sell more products. We're going to have more happy customers. And therefore, we're going to generate X million of benefit for Y million of cost. And the problem is that revenue growth can take years to happen. It might happen over a significant period of time. It certainly doesn't happen on day one. And then, of course, you get other activities across the portfolio that are happening that also are contributing, that have business cases that are contributing to revenue growth or customer churn reduction or whatever it might be. So then, when you get to benefit realization, it is no surprise that you sit down with the CFO and the CFO says, can you prove to me that you've realized the benefits that you put in the business case? You claim the benefits that are going in for revenue growth and reduction in customer churn or whatever. And the CFO sits there and says, but Joe Soap told me yesterday in a meeting that I had with him that he was claiming some of the growth from revenue. Well, we can't have everyone claiming the same growth. So you get this debate, which becomes quite subjective as to what's been the major contributor to revenue growth that was originally in the business case. Equally, if you added up all the revenue that's in the growth in the business cases together, you probably have a ridiculous amount of growth that's probably never happened. So realization is really tricky, really tricky nut to crack. Benefit release is much more straightforward. And on some internal projects, it is relatively straightforward to see that benefit as well. So something like an IT system that you're closing down, you manage a project to migrate everything off that IT system, you close it down and you save the license fee on that particular product. So it's quite easy to determine benefit realization in that case, and you can also determine the release date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that in the context of benefit tracking within Perform, which is our PPM tool, and just use it as an example. So as an example, Apollo is an internal program. And actually what I'm interested in doing is, so this has got a number of benefits. Some of them are financial, some of them not financial. But I have got them listed. I have got a forecast date and I have got some comments against it. And I can track that over time, which is good. Equally, and possibly more importantly, on my plan, my high-level executive plan, I can create a row of milestones that relate directly to benefits. And my sort of suggestion and my advice would be, where possible, concentrate on benefit release dates. What is the date that you're going to release the benefits that you've assured or you have promised in the business case? Whether it is an IT system that's been closed off, where you're going to release the license fees or the cost related, the maintenance costs related to that IT system, which is more straightforward, or whether it is the release of a system which is going to enable you to grow your revenue or reduce churn over time. Track the release date. And what we've got here, for instance, is we've got a benefit here which is to do with streaming IT systems, and I can go in, I can see the size of that benefit, so I can actually, if I'm the CFO, I can challenge you as to whether that has been realized or not. Or alternatively, you could just use that benefit release date structure or milestones to enable a conversation with finance downstream that looks back and says, did we start releasing benefits on that date, and what's happened to that key performance indicator over the last 6 months? And it might be quite a subjective discussion as to how much you can put down the benefit to your project, but actually that's probably just as valuable as spending hours and buying lots of tools to try and track benefit realization in a different way. So I think for me, the key is that tracking benefits and assuring benefits and their release dates definitely has a commercial value. It will support the focus on benefits as much as the focus on deliverables. No one's really interested in something that delivers but doesn't actually release any benefits. I would track those benefits, track them in a visible format, track them somewhere where the CFO, the CTO, the COO can all see them, and then allow the business to assure those benefits with you, and also challenge whether those benefits are starting to be realized over time. And it will have a commercial impact on the cost of delivery and the revenue growth that comes out of it, or the financial benefit that comes out of your project. Give it a go. Good luck with it.
Thank you for coming to the bar chat today. It's been great to have you in the bar, and I hope you've enjoyed the topic we've been talking about. Now, if there's anything in this topic, if there's anything in this bar chat that's particularly resonated with you, or there's a challenge that you're facing with your portfolio or your program or your stakeholders or whatever it might be, then one of the things that I'm offering is a free private bar function. So you can either come into our very own bar and come and be a part of it, and I promise you there'll be a drink waiting here for you, or I'll come to you, or we'll have a phone call, and we can maybe kick the tires on over a bar chat on a challenge that you're facing internally with your program, portfolio, or whatever. If you want to do that, please take me up on the offer. I don't expect anything in return, and I really genuinely don't. You're very welcome to just click the link in the post on LinkedIn. There's a link in there. Connect and register, and we will be in touch to sort a private bar function out. Come and see me in the bar.